Do you know that food waste is estimated to be about 30 to 40% of the food supply in the U.S.?
Registered dietitian Heidi Harkopf is here to tell us how dairy farmers are helping the issue. And she has a great recipe so you can clean out your fridge a little. Hi, Heidi.
Hey, how are you?
We're excellent. How are you? This is such a big issue. I didn't realize it was that kind of percentage.
I always feel so guilty when we're throwing away food, that didn't all get eaten at dinner. But we have a big problem with that in the United States. Even fresh food that wasn't on a plate gets thrown away.
And it happens at several levels. So it happens sometimes right at the manufacturing site. So certain things that we love to eat, you never think about the byproducts of that, like potato chips, right? The ones without a peel on them, where'd the peel go? Well, to a landfill, probably. Or grain, spent grain from making beer, right? Beer's a liquid, but it started with a solid. So where does the grain go? Or even things like orange juice, all the peels from the citrus in the juicing industry. So those normally would go to a landfill. However, dairy cows can actually make good use of those foods that we can't actually digest or choose not to, like the peels on potato chips, and can actually eat them. And they can get all the nutrients out of that and upcycle it. So they can take something that would be waste in a landfill and turn it into nutrient-rich milk with a lot of protein, from which we could then make yogurt and cheese. So it's a really great relationship between the dairy industry and manufacturing, that they can help take some of that waste out of the landfill. And it's important to consider too, when we come home with the food, 30% of the food in most American households is wasted. So that's like coming out of the supermarket with 3 grocery bags and throwing one right in the garbage right away. It would be something we would never think of doing, but it happens in our own kitchens.
Yeah, that's a great analogy, Heidi. That 3 out of 4 bags is thrown away. I mean, 1 out of the 4 bags is thrown away. And so, and I also, when I was growing up, I would always eat an apple. I always try and undo the peel, and everybody was like, "No, that's where the nutrition is. It's in the peel. It's in the peel." So I guess that's some good news there.
Yep, absolutely. And so what I want to do is share some tips on how we can take that great effort our Connecticut dairy farmers are doing to make our environment healthier, more sustainable, and take that same philosophy into our homes and how we can help reduce waste to complement the efforts that they're doing. So one of the things that often happens in summertime, the fruit's fabulous. And sometimes we can get a little reward and purchase a little bit too much. For example, if you pick up strawberries in a container that's large like this, at the end, you have those last few strawberries. How often do these end up in the compost or in the garbage? Because they start to get dings on them. Or I purchased a big batch of peaches. I don't know if you can see this, but this side is going a little flat and a little bad.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take this fruit, this banana, and I'm going to mash that up. And I'm going to make a great yogurt parfait, because when you combine the power of plants with the power of dairy, you have a super food to have both those complementary nutrients, especially the immune building nutrients that come both through dairy and through produce. So I want to show you, normally when we think these old bananas, what do we do with them? We end up making banana bread, and that's just about it, or they'll go in the garbage. But you can also take this very old banana and mash it up, and then add it to some plain yogurt. I'm going to mash this for a moment and get it really nice and soft, because plain yogurt doesn't have any sugar in it, but the banana has that natural sugar. And so I'm going to combine the two, and that is a great way to sweeten my yogurt without adding any extra sweeteners to it. Then what I'm going to show you, these strawberries are starting to age. Even if they have a few soft spots or they're getting a little bit dinged on any corners, you can just cut that away. There's nothing wrong with it. Even if one strawberry in the entire container has mold, take that one out and the surrounding ones. But if the other ones look good, you can just wash them and continue on. I think way too often we see them all go in the garbage. So I've taken some of these strawberries that were just past their prime, maybe not beautiful enough for a fruit salad, but certainly for my yogurt parfait, perfectly fine. And I've added just a little bit of sugar. And what happens is that's called macerating, and it creates a juice. After a few hours, the liquids start to come from the strawberries into the sugar, and I mashed it just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to put it in a mason jar. It's going to be very beautiful. I'm going to add some of that yogurt that I added the mashed banana for just a bit of sweetness. I'll put that on top. I'm going to add just another layer of my strawberries. And then in the end, any other fruit you have around, the same goes for blueberries. If a few in the container feel a little bit soft, just sort through them. The soft ones are still fine. They may not be what you want to throw in a beautiful fruit salad, but they're great for a yogurt parfait. Add some of that. I'm going to add one more layer of my yogurt. Ran out there. I'm going to add a little bit from the container. And then I'm going to add a couple of great toppings. So this is where you can get creative and have a lot of fun. I love sunflower seeds on my yogurt parfait. But if you're looking for a little bit more sweetness, because we did use plain yogurt, adding a little dried fruit like craisins or raisins would really help boost that sweetness. And then a little bit granola. And what's neat is you just can cap this and take it with you.
Looks
or
awesome.
store it in the fridge and have
Looks
a quick
delicious.
breakfast the next day.
Thank you, Heidi.
It was great. That's a great recipe. Thank you so much for showing that to us.
If you learn more about the sustainability of our Connecticut dairy farmers, visit ctdairy.org. Yeah. And you can learn more about 90 farms in Connecticut.
All right. Thanks, Heidi. We appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.